Hey, what's up everybody? This is your weekly Panini NFT update covering from August the 1st to today, August the 7th. So let's get into it. Okay, first let's go over the gold vinyl drops. Now, if you remember that these were sold via Dutch auction, and inside you got one of these, one of one gold vinyl Prizm cards along with some base cards. And so the countdown started at $750. There was 300 packs total. And then the price would decrease I think it was every 5 minutes, and it would keep going down all the way to the bottom of 200 if they have not sold out by that time. Now, the price only got down to $510 before fully selling out. Now, admittedly, this was a lot higher than I thought it was going to be. But apparently, there's people who are willing to take the gamble and the risk, and for some it really paid off, and for others it did not. So let's go take a look at some of the recent sales of the gold vinyl. So I'm using serial1.io, which is a new website that is actually not only giving listings for what's in the marketplace, but they also have records of previous sales. And so it's a brand new site in beta, but it's been very helpful, and I'll do a video on that in the upcoming future. But we can see right here, these are completed sales of the gold vinyl one-of-ones. And we see this is the price and this is the player. So as you can just see, remember that the cost at the lowest was $510. Some people pay more than that. Actually, a lot of people probably paid more than that. There's probably buying in the 700s and the 600s. But as you can see here, somebody made money on Bradley Beal. That went for 800. That's a loss or break even, loss. Someone made $1,000 on Butler. That was a good sale and a good pull. That's a loss, that's a loss, and Anthony Davis made money. So as you can see, it's very hit or miss. When you have the full 300 set, there's not a lot of players, probably 3/4 of them that are going to sell for under the value if you flip it right away. There's a chance if you just, you hold it, you could probably, in the future, maybe sell it for more than you paid. But, for those who are trying to flip it right away, most of them are going to sell for under the pack cost. And so there's this huge gamble, and for very few people it paid off, and that's kind of why I wasn't interested myself at those levels. I personally said that I would start getting interested in the 300s, but it never even got close to that. And I understand why, because obviously if you pull one of the major people, or even a pretty good player like Anthony Davis or Jimmy Butler, you can double your money, and so that's what happened. There's also one very, very unusual sale, and I think it was the very first one that was ever listed. It made the top sales page here on Panini. Andrew Wiggins, one-of-one, for $5,000. Now, when I saw this, I had quite the negative reaction to it. Not that people can't spend whatever they want, but I felt bad for the person who actually made this purchase. I said in a tweet that it kind of gave me vibes about the first Luka base card sale, which if I covered in a previous video. It was like a number 600-ish serial out of $17.99, and it ended up selling for $750. Now, the very next day, people could buy that same serial, in the 600s for probably under $100. I know the next day I was buying like low 100 serials for like, 120, 130. So it had fallen so much, and that was such an overinflated cost. And now today, you can buy 6-digit Lucas for probably, $15, maybe $20, something like that. So anyways, this one-of-one Wiggins kind of gives me the same vibes. Like I'm not sure it's worth $500, to be honest, let alone $5,000. So kind of felt bad for whoever did this, but this just goes to show you there is a tremendous risk when you are being the first purchase. Whether it was the first base set or the first gold Prizm, you know, I get it. A 101 is rare, but you know, it's sometimes better to just kind of wait and to kind of see some sales go through, to see if there's kind of like a floor that's being set, because you know, it's true that you could possibly get a really good deal, but in a lot of cases you're probably overpaying, and that's what happened with this sale. Next up was the announcement of the Color Blast Challenge, as well as the Color Blast insert packs that are still forthcoming. So we got some clarity on it. The very first reward was this Giannis Color Blast card, and this has completed. So the final mint count, there was 69 completions. So that is the max mint count, 69, which is quite low. And you know, that's actually going to come into play when we talk about these other rewards, because they also announced that there's going to be 3 more challenges: Steph Curry, Ja Morant, and Denny Avdija. And so these are also going to be rewards. So they're going to give challenge rewards. So they're going to be giving the same thing, where they say, you know, collect these and spend 10 cards and hold them until the timer runs out. Then if you do that, you will earn this specific player's Color Blast card. Now the reason that there's not many completions is because these challenges have been having blue circle cards in it. So that means if everyone who owns the blue circles went for the challenge, the maximum is still 99. So actually 69 comparatively is actually quite high. You know, that means only 30 people who own one of the blue circles didn't do the challenge. 69 of them went all into the right hands to complete this challenge, which is actually a little surprising, but you know, it's a great card, and I understand why people want the collection. And now there's even more incentive for having these challenge cards in your collection, because we were told about a LaMelo Ball Color Blast, which if you're unaware, LaMelo Ball is the #1 sought after rookie in this set. And so he's going to have a rookie card in Color Blast, and this is a look at it right here. Beautiful. You see the RC rookie card right here, the logo. And so we were told that the only way to get this LaMelo Ball Color Blast is to have the full 25 set. So 20 of them are going to be in packs that are still forthcoming after these 4 challenges are fully wrapped up. 1 is done, 1 is active, 2 more to come. So we're not getting the packs until all 4 challenges are done, but you're also not getting LaMelo Ball unless you have all 25, which means you need all 4 challenge cards. So with each number of challenges, the highest mint count, which is, you know, before the challenge, it was of course 99, right? Because that was the limit of blue circles. Now, the max amount of people that are ever going to be able to get that LaMelo card is at 69, because you need every single Giannis card to complete it. And so if Steph or, you know, Ja Morant has less completions, that number goes even down. So by the time, you know, it's time to do that LaMelo Ball challenge, man, we might be in some real small digits. I mean, probably is somewhere in the 30s, my guess is. I could be wrong on that, but it's going to be significantly smaller. That number is going to keep going down. So this LaMelo Ball Color Blast rookie card, I think, is going to be the hit of the set, because I think that it's going to have such a low mint count. Now, LeBron could have been that. His silvery reward is nuts, but it had, I think, like, I can't remember exactly, I think it was like in the 80s as a mint count. And you know, if you just had the LeBron and the LaMelo and they had the same mint count, I think the LeBron would be worth more. But I think that the LaMelo is going to have such a significantly low mint count that I think it will be the kind of most sought after, the most expensive card in the NFT set. Speaking of challenges, the next one, Steph Curry, is now live. And so you can go and work on completing this right now. And so in this challenge, you have 3 different base cards, which have not really, I have not seen any significant price increase in them. There's only, there's less than 100 people who are going to be doing the set, and there's like 17.99 base cards, so there's way too much supply for there to be any price increase in the base cards. Really, all of the base cards, when they originally announced that they were doing base cards, I thought, hey, you know what, this is great. It'll add some utility. It'll add, some price jumps. But when you have base cards and along with like silvers or blue circles, the amount of people who can complete it are just so low that you're not going to get a price jump with the base cards, which is unfortunate. But the benefit is then it also doesn't make it as expensive, because if you have to get 10 silvers or blue circle cards like you did with the LeBron. I believe you had to get 10 silvers, if I remember correctly. Then it makes it quite inexpensive. So even though it doesn't add much utility to the base cards, it does bring the cost down. So you have 3 different base cards that you need, and then you have 4 silver cards, and then 2 blue circles. Funny story, I actually found out about this challenge by getting a notification that one of my cards had sold on the public gallery. And so I was holding this holiday silver card. And as soon as I got the notification, man, I said, you know what? I bet you this challenge is alive, and that was a challenge card. So I originally bought this card for like $22, $23, something like that, and I had set it to sell for $45 on the gallery, and it ended up selling. So if I had, delisted it before the challenge, I probably could have got a lot more for it, maybe double that. I'm not really following closely the prices at this point, but I could have made a lot more, but it is what it is. I made a sale, I doubled my money, somebody else got a deal, that's fine. But, I was cognizant of this, but it's kind of funny too, because I was taking the Giannis as a template for probably how all of the others were going to go. And I think a lot of other people did too, because I was actually trying to stack a few of them, and I would notice that other people were buying them all up. So with the Giannis, you had to have like a Giannis Marvels and his high voltage and his base card, and then the rest of the cards of the blue circles were all his teammates, other players on the Bucks. So I thought, what, maybe they're probably going to do the same thing where, you have to have the Steph Curry base card and his Marvels and things like that, and then maybe some other Warriors players, their silvers or blue circles. And so I didn't really think there was any risk. If I had Steph or Warriors cards, I would have delisted them before this challenge, because I thought that was probably most likely. But they just went and they just did their own thing. I can't find a theme to this. This looks pretty random to me. Maybe somebody else knows a theme, but it looks like it's just kind of, random people. And I'm kind of actually happy about this, because I was just thinking, it is a downside to being able to fully predict what all the challenge cards are going to be in advance, because then people can just go buy them up and hold them, and there's no excitement, if you know, hey, you know what, these are the next 4 challenge cards, and then we can speculate with quite good accuracy what the next challenge cards are going to be. What's the fun in that? But right now they just threw us for a loop. Anyone who went and stacked some Steph cards for this challenge, they got a rude awakening. They might have overpaid, and they're not useful. So I like this, because this is going to pretty much cut off all speculation for the future weeks. That John Morant, nobody's probably going to be buying up his Marvels or his high voltage, because there's no indication that that's going to be included in as the challenge card. So I actually think that's a quite positive thing. So good job, Panini. Now, before I get to the big news of the week, I just want to give a quick update on packs. So they brought back the Blue Circles packs, which were previously not sold out. And when they brought them back again, they finally did sell out. So the Blue Circles, completely done. If you're holding those packs, when you have the ability to resell them, those are, one that is no longer available. The Wave 4 of the base cards at the moment of recording are still available, so you're still able to pick up those, but those are the only packs that are currently available. Now, I'm not expecting any new NBA packs next week. They could, of course, throw us, throw us for a loop and have some, but I don't think that's likely because of the news I'm going to get into in a second. But also that they've said that the Color Blast ones, which are the only announced ones so far, they said are not coming until the challenges are completed. And so for each one of these challenges, they run for a week. We're now on the second one. We still have 2 more to go. So it looks like we're going to be a few weeks before we get any new NBA packs. Once again, that's not like a for sure thing, but it seems like it's the most likely at the moment. Okay, guys, now let's get into the big news, and that is new sport. UFC is coming to the blockchain. Now, I'm super excited about this, and I'm not going to go over it into super depth because I actually made a couple standalone videos going over the full announcement, going over the checklist, and so if you want an in-depth look at these UFC cards, you can just go look at those previous videos that I've recorded. But what is important to note is that you want to be back on the Panini website on August the 9th and the 10th. There's 2 drops on the 9th, there's 1 on the 10th, and then there's going to be some extra drops in September at a date to be released. And so if you click on blockchain, you will see right here that it is live with a countdown, and you're going to be able to pick up the base cards for $10. And then the global icons at $15, and then the day after you'll be able to buy the tie-dye, which includes 1 out of 49 mint count, and that will be $49 for the pack. By the way, the base cards for the UFC, $999, not $17.99 like the NBA, and the global icons, and it looks like probably the other insert says one of the ones for September is the same, $250 instead of $500 for the NBA. So these are going to be much rarer, which is amazing. And how exciting is it to have a new sport? So I'm really looking forward to it. You know, there's already NBA competition with NBA Top Shot going first. You know, they had a kind of a year head start. Now, it is a completely different product because they're doing video clips, but it still is a licensed NBA NFT. Whereas with the UFC, Panini is taking the first movers advantage. The makers of NBA Top Shot said that they were going to be doing UFC next, but you know that's been kind of put on the back burner. They never gave us any updates, so Panini went ahead, got the first movers advantage, and I am super excited about these. So guys, that is the wrap up for this week, the first week of August with Panini. Looking forward to next week as we recap everything that's been happening with the UFC, and also how you know, if they drop any new news on us. We're still looking forward to those marketplace updates, so I can't wait to report those whenever they happen. Okay guys, until next time, peace out.